Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 11. So today we're going to present the summary of lecture 5 regarding Tawhid as the essence of civilization. Tawhid as the essence of Islamic civilization has two aspects, methodological and contextual. So what does Tawhid as methodological mean? Methodological basically mean method on how does Islamic civilization form. Islamic civilization formed mainly due to these principles. First, unity. Secondly, rationalism. And thirdly, tolerance. This principle guide the framework and approach of Islamic civilization, shaping its various aspects. These principles collectively shape the form and character of Islamic civilization, influencing various aspects of its society, culture, and governance.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now let's focus on the first methodological dimension, that is focusing on the unity. There is no civilization without unity. Let's take ASEAN as an example. They are one of the examples of unity on maintaining peace. For the last few years, when ASEAN was formed, there are no single war happened in ASEAN region, where they maintain the non-intervention political methods. For example, in Myanmar, where there is no political intervention in respect sovereignty of the country. If the world is divided, how can the world evolve? And if weapons are still being produced and other countries will buy it, examples the Arabs and the Israelis, the world cannot unite. Alhamdulillah, in the context of Brunei, we are united to the political system in the name of absolute monarchy. For example, the monarchy system. But imagine if we join the Malaysia in 1963 during the formation of Malaya. This country will be divided due to their support to different parties. In short, unity is crucial. So if there is no unity, the system will be like rather a disorderly or disorganized mixture. Every district would have their own parliament or factions.
So, what are the symbols of unity in Islam? It is Hajj, where all individuals are the same in terms of principle and the eyes of Allah. The clothing, the deeds, the ritual, and the Qibla, and the place they visit are all the same, removing all distinction of wealth and social status, emphasizing the concept of equality in Islam. Whether you are royalty, rich, or poor, all individuals are the same. Moving on to Muslim Ummah. Muslim Ummah have to be united due to the hadith of the Prophet Mohammed, peace be upon him, where the Prophet said, Al-Mu'min al-Mu'min kal-Bunyan, which translated to a believer to another believer is like a building whose different parts enforce each other. Sahih Bukhari 2446. This hadith indicates that the Muslim Ummah need to be united. Today, Islam is recognized as the world's second largest religion, following Christianity, where an estimated 2 billion adherents, constituting approximately 25% of the global population. This substantial Muslim population is distributed across approximately 50 countries, where Muslims make up the majority of the populations, with Indonesia being the most populous among them. This demographic distribution underscores the significant influence and the presence of Islam on a global scale.
So the question is, do Muslim nations not merit the term Ummah? So the term Ummah designates the Islamic holy community, in example, the religious community. The major meaning of the term is found in the Quran, but only in a limited number of instances. People of Islam knows that the term Ummah does not always mean the religious community, but also has several other implications in the Quran. Whether the major meaning of the term Ummah as the religious community or not, So to answer the question of do Muslim nation not merit the name Ummah, the answer is certainly not, as the history of Shia and Sunni disputes have caused sectarian tensions and hatred among Muslims. Disregards of Muslim suffering, particularly the massacre of Muslims Rohingya in Myanmar, which is Burma, and the misery of Syrian refugees. Even some Muslim nations have supported anti-Muslim troops in Afghanistan fighting the Taliban administration under the command of the United States and also its allies. So how can we refer to modern day Muslim nations as Ummah? So disunity. The disunity among Muslims stems from several factors, including a lack of adherence from fundamental Islamic teachings, an intense desire for wealth and authority, and the presence of undemocratic ruler. When Muslims deviate from the teaching of Islam, differences in interpretations and sectarianism emerge, eroding unity, which lead to rises of doubt and cynicism. Individuals or leaders who prioritize personal gain over collective welfare of Muslims, which indirectly lead to poverty and distress due to conflicting interests in economic resources and political influence. In some Muslim majority countries, authoritarian government suppress dissent, hindering open dialogue and constructive criticism, making it difficult for diverse voices to unite. So these factors, along with historical events, external influences, and geopolitical interests, contribute to the disunity among Muslims.
So, what are the way forward, or what can we do to improve the union of Muslim nation? So, every person must emphasize adhering to the Quran and Sunnah, and it also emphasized the value of ijtihad as well as the standard of education and leadership.
So that's the end for our summary for lecture 5. We hope you understand from what we had presented earlier, and thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.